hotel staff ever. And I'm like, they're like, yeah.
Now, Northeast Arkansas weather.
Hey there, everyone. Meteorologist Andrew Kozak here, checking out those high temperatures today, mid and upper 80s and some low 90s. Now, we had a couple of downpours yesterday, even a couple of sprinkles and showers into the overnight, but overall, many of us are just seeing those temperatures that are kind of topping out pretty close to where they should be. Russellville around 89 degrees for the high temperature on this Tuesday. Jonesboro reached a nice 92 degrees, 90 in Searcy, West Memphis, and as you make your way toward the city of Memphis, a little further south and east around 89. West Helena 86, Monticello 88. El Dorado around 88 degrees, and Texarkana really heating up a bit at 91. Here's the muggy meter. We've had temperatures that had felt like they were a few degrees above where they were, but with the dew point of 68, it's steamy, it's muggy, it's not oppressively hot, but we're going to continue to keep that muggy side probably in the forecast for the next couple of days. Here's a look at your forecast for your Wednesday. Now, the average high is 87. We're once again going to be right there. You'll notice, though, tomorrow probably it will feel a little bit more uncomfortable. Temperatures will be in the low and mid 70s for dew points as opposed to the upper 60s today, so it's going to feel even a little bit more on the muggy side. Temperatures will fall off a bit toward the evening, as they typically do, underneath the chance for a shower. Best timing on that would be closer to 6:30, 7 o'clock tomorrow evening, but we're not going to rule out a couple of showers and thunderstorms the remainder of the week. Here's the future radar for the rest of this evening. Again, maybe a sprinkle or a shower this evening to the north and to the west, and then also toward the south and the east as you make your way into West Tennessee. Here's a look at midnight. We're doing okay. We'll most likely start to see a little bit of clearing after midnight, and then as we head toward tomorrow morning, we may once again reintroduce a couple of showers and thunderstorms. There's 6 o'clock tomorrow morning, so we'll have to watch. But we're not expecting anything severe, at least not yet. What we are expecting, though, is more heat and humidity across the area. And then as we head into the next few days beyond that, we'll be looking at scattered thunderstorms. And by Friday, possibly a couple of heavier downpours and possibly some stronger storms across the area as well. It's a drenching rain for areas to our south. This is actually tropical moisture that's trying to work its way up into our neck of the woods, and it will start to get there. So you'll notice a little bit more humidity tomorrow. That's why those dew points will be in the 70s. A better chance of rain, especially tomorrow night, Thursday, and then again on Friday. Here's a look at your forecast lows. Walnut Ridge 71, Jonesboro 73 for the overnight low, Paragould around 72, Truman 72, and Kennett at 72 degrees, partly cloudy and humid. So tomorrow, just a 20% chance for some scattered storms. Again, Thursday. It's Friday, though, that we'll see the strong storms. So that looks like that would be the main headline in the 7-day plan. If you thought so, though, you'd be wrong, because take a look. By next week, we're in the mid-90s. By Tuesday, we'll be at 94 degrees. And as you can see, we never really get rid of those thunderstorm chances. It just feels a little bit more uncomfortable while we continue to introduce them in the forecast every afternoon. By Sunday into Monday and Tuesday, the heat and humidity combine to make us feel closer, if not above 100 degrees. We're going to start getting into that heat danger zone by next week. And by that, I mean heat stroke, heat-related really illnesses that are going to probably increase a bit as we head toward next week. So just all the more reason to stay inside as much as possible. If you work outside, plenty of bottled water, plenty of shade, and plenty of breaks as well.
And in the meantime, if you do have any outdoors events, just keep an eye to the sky just in case those storms do come through.
I'm thinking Friday would be the better chance for some heavy downpours, okay. Maybe some strong, even marginally severe weather. We'll be watching.
All right, be weather aware.
Yep.
Andrew, thanks so much.
Thank you. Well, there's still more to come on Northeast Arkansas News.
President Trump doubles down on his administration's policy separating parents and children at the border. I'm Mo Lalengi on Capitol Hill. where the president will meet with Republican lawmakers today to discuss immigration legislation.
President Trump says he doesn't want to separate children from parents who illegally cross the border into the U.S.
The comments come as his zero-tolerance policy continues to spark backlash, including from his own party.
Mola Langi has the latest from Capitol Hill.
President Trump told a group of independent business owners Tuesday that it's up to Congress, not him, to stop the family separation crisis at the border.
We want to solve family separation. I don't want children taken away from parents.
The president made the comments ahead of his meeting with House Republicans about 2 immigration bills.
Those are the only 2 options: totally open borders or criminal prosecution for lawbreaking.
But the Trump administration's zero-tolerance policy, separating children from parents who enter the country illegally, is drawing intense criticism, even among Republicans.
I think he's wrong in this particular area today.
All of us are horrified at the images we're seeing. We're seeing little boys, little girls pulled away from their mothers and fathers.
Texas Republican Ted Cruz is introducing a Senate bill that would reunite separated families, authorize new temporary shelters to house them, and double the number of federal immigration judges to work through a backlog of asylum requests. Senator Cruz's plan has some Republican support, but President Trump has indicated he is not behind at least one part of it.
I don't want judges, I want border security.
End this now!
Religious leaders rallied outside U.S. Customs and Border Protection headquarters, urging the Trump administration to halt its policy.
They obviously are hiding something.
And in Florida, Democratic Senator Bill Nelson accused the Trump administration of a cover-up after he and other lawmakers were turned away from visiting a shelter for unaccompanied children. Mola Langi, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
According to the Department of Homeland Security, more than 2,300 children were separated from their parents at the border from May 5th to June 9th.
Well, coming up, we'll hear from a former Memphis basketball player who's preparing for the NBA draft.
Plus, the Arkansas baseball team will continue its quest for a College World Series title. A preview next in sports.
Fifth-ranked Arkansas baseball team taking on Good evening, everyone. I'm Nick Frank. The 5th-ranked Arkansas baseball team will look to continue its run through the winner's bracket of the College World Series tonight when they take on Big 12 foe Texas Tech in Omaha. The game was initially scheduled for 6 p.m., but due to the weather last night, that postponed the Mississippi State-North Carolina game. The Hogs matchup will be a little bit later this evening. Arkansas opened the World Series with an 11-5 win over Texas and will now see a second win over a team from the Lone Star State. Cardinals started a set with the Phils last night, and it got interesting late. After trailing the entire game, Colton Wong was able to tie the game in the 9th and send this one to extras. In the 10th, Tommy Pham led off the inning, got a hanging breaking ball, didn't miss it. Puts that one into the seats. His 11th of the year, the Cards would take a 1-run lead. Then at the bottom of the inning, Cards needed just one more out to seal the deal. Marcell Ozuna going over, cannot make the catch. That would bring home 2 runs. Phils win in walk-off fashion. Game 2 of the series is tonight. Hits the field in just a few minutes. One of the first big trades in the majors happened this week. Kansas City Royals have sent 2-time All-Star closer Kelvin Herrera to the Washington Nationals in exchange for a package of 3 prospects. Herrera will boost the Nationals' bullpen as they look to secure a 3rd straight division title. Herrera was a part of the Royals' bullpen that won the World Series back in 2015. 28-year-old has 14 saves, just a 1.05 ERA, and 27 appearances this year. Kansas City acquired 2 of Washington's top 20 prospects in return. Ottawa Senators left winger Mike Hoffman was also traded today, but he was traded twice. Senators traded Hoffman to the San Jose Sharks, who then sent him to the Florida Panthers. But it does appear there may be a little bit more to the story than just a roster move. The news of the trade comes almost a week after allegations surfaced that Hoffman's fiancée, Monica Carrick, used a fake name online to harass team captain Erik Karlsson's wife. Melinda Karlsson filed an order of protection on May 4th, claiming Carrick left messages on her Instagram account. Hoffman and Carrick have said these accusations are absolutely not true, and that they will cooperate in any way they can to prove her innocence. With the NBA draft just 2 days away, players and teams still squeezing in last-minute workouts. And one athlete who's been doing a bit of traveling this past month is former Memphis Tiger Markel Crawford. Crawford began his collegiate career at Memphis, then transferred to Ole Miss as a grad student. Today, he returned home for a workout with the Memphis Grizzlies and reflected on his decision to transfer.
I mean, it was up and down. It was up and down year. You know, a lot of things happened inside the doghouse. For me, it's a learning experience. Me being a 50th year on that team, I couldn't really show, the frustration. Me being out there, I just had to, show that positive attitude, night in, night out, no matter what the outcome was.
Were there any regrets in terms of the decision you made?
I mean, you look back and say what it should have, but I mean, it can't be no regrets. Growing up as a child coming from Memphis, man, whatever happens, happens. The life I've lived, man, there's no regrets. You can't have any regrets. Just life lessons for me, and just keep moving on.
And according to multiple reports, San Antonio Spurs forward Rudy Gay has decided to test the waters in the NBA free agent market this summer. 31-year-old is expected to decline his player option for next season, which will make him an unrestricted free agent. In essence, he's turning down about $8.8 million after signing a $17 million deal with the Spurs last offseason. In his lone year with the Spurs, the 11-year veteran served in a reserve role, averaged 11.5 points and 5 rebounds per game. And then another day of the World Cup took place today. The Russian team rolled to another win today. I'll have a bunch of recaps and stuff in the late show tonight from all the action from today.
Turned out to be a pretty good
It's been a fun tournament so far, and we're only in group play.
Yeah, a lot left to go.
Yep.
Nick, thanks. We'll have a final check of that evening forecast right after this.
temperatures are going to be warm tomorrow again. We have a couple of scattered showers possible. Thunderstorms, more possibilities for possibly some strong thunderstorms on Friday. Then the heat is definitely on for the weekend into next week. We're back in the low and mid 90s. A couple of scattered thunderstorms continue pretty much every day, a slight chance. But again, the bigger story will be the heat and humidity building next week. Kind of uncomfortable and stuffy overnight with temperatures in the 70s for overnight lows and 90s. And looking ahead into the middle of next week, we could be in the mid to upper 90s as that heat continues.
So if you need to get anything done outside, yard work, try to do it in the morning hours.
Absolutely, because it's going to be downright dangerous to be out late.
All right, Andrew, thanks. Thanks for watching. We'll see you back here for your Northeast Arkansas Late News.
Follow us online, like us on Facebook, and visit our website, kjnbtv.com.
With heat and humidity settling into the area, With heat and humidity settling into the area, several cooling stations have opened up when and where you can take advantage of those.
Plus, with many families hitting the pools this summer, ways you can stay safe. Northeast Arkansas News at 6 begins now.
With heat and humidity settling into the area, several cooling stations have opened up when and where you can take advantage of them.
Plus, with many families hitting the pools this summer, ways you can stay safe. Northeast Arkansas News at 6 begins now.
Northeast Arkansas News is brought to you by Glenn Sain.
And good evening, and thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Josh Egbert.
And I'm Meredith Mitchell. The Salvation Army of Jonesboro opened their doors this week to provide people relief from these scorching temperatures. The Salvation Army is now offering cooling stations to provide refuge from extreme heat. People can drop in, grab a cup or a bottle of water to refresh, and also can cool down inside the Salvation Army lobby from 10 to 15 minutes at a time. The opportunity to cool off is open to everyone. Salvation Army Captain Angela Sadler says the cooling stations meet a great need for visitors as temperatures continue to climb.
We have 2, 3, 4 a day come in and just really be exhausted from the heat, and that's the most important thing, is that they're walking around out there. They don't have anything liquid wise to keep them cooled down. The sun is so hot that they just need a place to come in and cool off.
Now you can take advantage of the cooling station anytime between 9 a.m. and 3 p.m. That's Monday through Friday, and on Saturdays from 5 until 8. It will run until August.
Now, your first weather.
Hey there, meteorologist Andrew Kozak here. Temperatures today reaching the upper 80s and low 90s. 92 your daytime high, the normal or average around 87 degrees, the overnight low 74. So as we take a look at the area outlook for the next couple of days, we're going to see temperatures stay mainly in the 80s from Memphis down toward Wynne and over here in Jonesboro. You'll notice though Thursday into Friday a couple of showers and thunderstorms. We're going to continue to increase that chance, especially as we head toward the end of the week. In the meantime, let's get your first weather going for this Tuesday evening. We're going to continue to see plenty of sunshine. Again, mixed skies at best as we head towards 7 o'clock, 82 by 9 o'clock, 11 o'clock around 78 degrees. It will be muggy tonight, and it looks like we'll have that just slight chance of a shower, mainly west and then again mainly east. In the meantime, we will have a chance to get in on some rain, maybe even some stronger storms. I'll have a complete look at your forecast in a few minutes.
Andrew, thank you so much. Well, as these temperatures and humidity rise, families are taking advantage of some pool time. While spending time splashing can be fun, safety tips you still need to be taken in order to help prevent drowning incidents. Officials say it is best to have a locked fence around that pool, as well as keeping an eye on kids. One child already died in Jonesboro this month due to drowning in a pool at the family's home. E911 Director Jeff Presley says if you have a pool, it is crucial that you are prepared for any kind of emergency.
Have a plan of action. If we do have that problem in the pool where somebody is, had too much water or they're doing CPR, time is very important to call 911 as soon as possible. Get us on the way so we can get there and help you out.
Presley says that registering your pool information on the City of Jonesboro's website can help emergency personnel when answering those 911 calls.
28 students from Peru and Vietnam are getting a special taste of Arkansas culture. The City of Jonesboro staff took the group of kids for an afternoon treat at Andy's Frozen Custard. These kids are part of a 3-week global youth session that Arkansas State University is hosting. The kids are roughly 13 years old. Communications Director Bill Campbell says this day is special because it gives a chance for both groups to learn from one another's culture.
I think for us it was as neat to learn their culture. A little bit about their culture and their hometown as it is for them to be here learning about ours. So we thought we'd show them a little treat, a little bit of Jonesboro's uniqueness, and what better than Andy's, huh?
When Northeast Arkansas News met with the students, they said one of their favorite parts about the area was how nice the people are.
Well, with summer now in full swing, doctors are warning ticks could become a problem and potentially spread diseases.
In this week's edition of What's Going Around, Dr. Ryan Stanton has more on how to protect yourself.
I'm Dr. Ryan Stanton, and it's time to find out what's going around. This last flu season was terrible, and it looks like the ticks don't want to let us down either. The CDC is predicting that this summer will be particularly bad for ticks and tick-related illnesses. There are various illnesses and viruses that are transmitted to humans by ticks, and our risk depends entirely on where you live. The most common illnesses we see are Lyme disease, babesiosis or lichiosis, Rocky Mountain spotted fever. Lyme disease is the most common and accounts for 20 to 30,000 cases every single year. There's even a tick known as the Lone Star tick who can bite you and make the person develop an allergy to red meat, including beef and pork. The good news is that most tick illnesses are treatable, especially when identified early. and most of the infections require prolonged exposure to the tick for transmission. The key is knowing your local risks and doing skin exams for ticks after outdoor activities or if you have pets that frequent the outdoors. If you find a tick and it's attached to the skin, you can use narrow forceps and grab the tick as close to the skin as possible and pull perpendicular away from the skin. You then clean the area thoroughly with soap and water or antiseptic solution. If you have any questions about symptoms, including a rash, getting checked out as soon as possible is very important. The tests to confirm often take a while, but symptoms, known exposure, and often a characteristic rash can solidify the diagnosis and treatment plan. I encourage plenty of outdoor activities, but we need to keep an eye out for our blood-sucking, disease-vectoring ticks. You can join the conversation at our What's Going Around page on Facebook or at EverydayMed on Twitter. Until next time, I'm Dr. Ryan Stanton, and that's What's Going Around.
The official start to summer is just days away, and Wallet Hub is out with a list of the best states for summer road trips. Topping the list this year, Wyoming, North Carolina, and Minnesota. Wallet Hub measured more than 30 factors, including gas prices, activities, attractions, and safety. The worst state was Rhode Island. While it ranked high on safety, cost and activities put it at the very bottom.
A lot of families going to be hitting the road this week and have a feeling.
Yes, they will.
Well, still to come here on Northeast Arkansas News, the Trump administration continues to defend its zero-tolerance policy at the southern border.
The White House insists only Congress can solve the problem, who the president is meeting with today to help solve the issue.
And we're not even in summer yet, but the heat and humidity is here to stay, along with shower and thunderstorm chances. I'm meteorologist Andrew Kozak. Your forecast is on its way.